I said the big thing that inspires me today the most is being able to understand my word I with Jesus Christ, and also Jesus Christ information daily, and also being able to go and do an audio program for you while I'm actually promoting myself is the best thing. So I'm actually understanding that no matter what, I'm picking up some skills and tactics here upon actually being able to promote myself quickly and easily in a way that it's all quick and nice and beautifully able to help me to succeed with everything. So my information is the category of what I do, because that's all Jesus Christ information I promote. And I charge $200 per ticket to give you Jesus Christ information. So that's it, guys. I promise you, it's more how I understand that I have to charge you. I have to charge you $200 per ticket to see me live, at least. I'm charging you so you can see me live. I'm never even charging you for the information. I'm charging you to see me. I mean, understand? I'm pretty sure that is information, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm charging you for my information, and that's it. I understand, because other people are charging me for their information, and they're forcing me to charge you. So guess what? I never want to charge you. I'm giving you free content as much as I can online. But if you want to see me live, then you have to understand to give some. You have to understand how to give me some money, man. I have that nice and beautiful way of life where I understand Grant Cardone's experiences about money and how he talks, and I have that nice and beautiful persona as well in a different way. While making sure I'm learning very quickly upon going to Bonnering now, because at Bonnering over there I can promote more business cards, and I can go to Bonnering, nice and beautiful way of life over there, to go and focus upon something that helps me succeed. So what helps me succeed is understanding that no matter what, that I can go and dwell upon a better way for myself to help myself to deliver a better message. So as I actually go and dwell upon helping myself to succeed, I'm learning the different arts of persuasion and different arts of doing something to help myself succeed. So as I actually do something to help myself over here, just make sure that before you even drive the car, that your actual door is already, let's say, in a closing format. So you understand that no matter what, you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to succeed is how you do it. So make sure you're learning very quickly that you never ever cross the actual road unless you're going the walkway. Go the long way, guys. Never try to do a shortcut. Even physically, guys. Make sure you never do a shortcut physically or anything. Why is that? Because the best thing about life is understand that Jesus Christ never goes a shortcut. But guess what? I promise you, the shortcut is more that Jesus Christ goes a shortcut to success, always. I promise you, it's more how I understand that I feel that I need to go and do something over here to say that it's much better to go and do a shortcut physically, where you never have to walk 50,000 miles, but you walk 1 mile to get to the store instead of 50,000 miles. And that way you understand anyway that you're walking spiritually only. Just walk spiritually. Never walk physically. Walk spiritually. Do you understand? But if you walk physically somewhere, then walk like Jesus Christ. Walk spiritually and physically like Jesus Christ does. That's your best option every single day. So you're always focusing on something that's helping you grow. So as you help yourself grow, just make sure that you're learning. You have to be learning something about life. You have to understand how it feels to be able to go and dwell upon making sure that you're successful. So no matter what you're doing every single day, you're learning. You must be learning something about life. So you're making sure that you're doing something great for yourself in a way that is helping you to move life forward. So that's the whole point. And you're making sure that no matter what, that you're being an honest individual every single time, to make sure if somebody's walking on the road and it's a steep road where it's cars coming from the other angle, but somebody's on the road, then just make sure you're slowing down so you never have to cross a double line, so that you can understand to just make sure of that, and then make sure to go and proceed once they go, and once it's all clear to go, then you go with the car. In a sense, so make sure you're never rushing anywhere with the car to do anything, or make sure you're doing a greater job for yourself where you're focusing on a better way of life. To understand, I'm like a mailman or mailwoman today. I'm just going mailbox to mailbox or car to car, giving all these nice and beautiful promotions everywhere. In a sense, so every single time you do that, I promise you, the more you promote your business card at an event, I promise you, more people, in terms of the more people are likely to come and see you on the day, and that's it. I promise you, if you understand how to do that, then make sure that no matter what, that you invite as many people as you can into your seminar and make them stand and make them wait and make them watch you every single day. So no matter what, if they want their refund about everything, then make sure that you can give them your refund. And make sure anyway that what's important is making sure that you understand that if Jesus Christ says, for example, that there's only 100 people, I've realized Jesus Christ wants people to understand that if you're making an event over here where there's 100 people only, then only ever have 100 people at the event, because the other people in terms of where you're promoting only want that from you. I mean in a sense, so guess what, I promise you, if you want to make everybody happier, then make sure you understand that if you're promoting 100 capacity only, then just have 100 capacity and that's it. I mean, close the doors from that point. I mean, you understand? Because that way everybody has a seat and everybody's doing greater. But those people who miss out on you, I mean, guess what? I mean, you said to them already, it's 100 capacity only. So no matter what, that they have to come earlier to the event. And that's it. There's no excuses. Whereas now that's much better for me too. I'm making sure I'm learning something from the situation here. I'm learning to make myself much greater. So I remember Port Macquarie over there and how much I was crying over there. I was crying because I'm somebody who understands how much I went through in life. And I've seen these beautiful rock paintings over there. I mean, they have all these paintings on rocks. And I've seen so much beautiful colors and so much beautiful aspects of life that other people were inspiring me to grow. And it's much more how it is, yeah. So I focus on saying that they show me a lot about images of this family trio of people, about how the community can be. And it's just beautiful in terms of those paintings I've seen over there. It's so beautiful to understand that there is beautiful souls out there who want to help people. I mean, in a sense, so that's very beautiful, and it just strikes me every single time. So you must understand every single time that if you focus on a greater delivery for yourself to help yourself to succeed, is the best kind of delivery in the planet always, to make sure you have more enough of everything to deliver life. I'm understanding that my biological dad can see I'm doing greater in life now. I'm understanding I'm leveling up, I'm having the best birthday party ever. I'm understanding that my birthday party right now is better than all their birthday parties, I promise you. Because my birthday party is something that is happening. So what I want you guys to do is make sure that you're never ever going on the sidewalk somewhere to drive your car, because if somebody is stopping in front of you, then just stop behind them and never go on a parking lot or to the side reference over here to actually be able to go and do better for yourself in a way that you're doing better. But you're making sure that you must understand, when you have a side curb where people are parking their cars, to never go into that to drive or overlap somebody on the actual lines where people are parking their cars. I mean, in a sense, so if you're overlapping someone, then overlap them in a way that you never have to overlap them on the road. We never try to go overlapping someone on the road somewhere, because that's so stupid. I mean, it's never a physical race, but it's a spiritual race. I mean, you must understand, to never overtake other people's cars on the road. I mean, never ever do that. I understand, because why? Because there's no rush other than the word I. I mean, only rush to the word I. I mean, never rush physically out there somewhere. Because if you understand that if you're overlapping someone and a kangaroo jumps in front of you, in terms of in front of your car, and guess what happens? Your car may flip. I mean, so make sure you understand that there are kangaroos in Australia and there are animals on the road somewhere, and they can jump in front of your car if you're overlapping someone. If you're overlapping someone with a car, then understand that non-human animals and people can run on the road, and kids can run on the road too. And just make sure you understand that there's no rush out there in terms of the physical world. But make sure you understand that. I mean, never rush the physical world. I mean, never rush a tree to grow. I mean, a tree grows on its own. I mean, you never can rush a tree to grow on its own. I mean, the tree is already independent. It's already what it is. I mean, you can never try to change it. I mean, you can never change the grass to grow faster. I mean, there's no freaking chemical in the world that can make grass grow quicker. I mean, you understand? I mean, the fastest way of growth is the natural way. I love it. I mean, you guys must understand. So when you're promoting yourself quickly, then just be able to borrow your biological parents' nice and beautiful cars and vehicles, and borrow your biological parents' vehicles to be able to go and succeed and do what you need to do to get around quickly, like I am right now. And I went to Busby car park with my biological dad's car, and I'm going to my nice and beautiful Bonnering car park over here. where I can go and just dwell upon giving my business card to all these car parks around town. So it's like a real estate thing, but it's more better than that. I'm not saying how Grant Cardone goes around the world with his jet to get this real estate, but this is me going around the world promoting my business cards. And it's the first time ever, but I can say I've done it. I can say I've went that way, and it's the best kind of way to promote yourself regardless. Whereas if you promote yourself over and over again, I promise you it's the best way always. If you go the new way, it's even better. And that's the thing, yeah? I mean, go the new way and promote yourself to new people. And that way you're learning very quickly about what you need to do. So no matter what I do every single day, I'm understanding I'm more successful regardless of other people. I understand that no matter what, as I promote myself now, I'm focusing on understanding that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon making sure I'm studying upon my life to succeed. So as I grow myself quickly, I'm making sure I'm doing something to help myself grow. And as I grow, I succeed in different ways, and that's all I do. I make sure that no matter what, that there's always a nice and beautiful way to make sure I'm promoting myself. So as I do something to help myself succeed, I'm just looking at different areas of intrusion over here where I'm understanding that no matter what, I have the key to go and finance myself greater. So I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning how to create these events quickly on my own. And as I create these events quickly on my own, I believe in myself and my communicational skills. And that's why I'm able to. That's why I'm able to go and promote myself, because I'm quick to the notion to be careful about what's going on around the world around here. So I'm not saying that no matter what, that I just focus upon going where there are a lot of cars always. And that way I promote myself to those people always. And I focus on making sure that there's so much more to do that people can complain and call the police on you and say, hey, this man is promoting his business card on my car. They can. They can report you to the police and say, hey, this individual is promoting on everybody's car over here. Saying, the police can call you up and say, hey, what are you doing around here? I say, I'm promoting myself, man. I never care about them. So make sure you understand that if they never allow you to do that, then guess what, it's never that kind of job for you anymore. Make sure you go and do something better then. And just make sure you understand that Jesus Christ says, go and promote yourself regardless of what they say. So make sure you understand that you never find yourself in prison, but make sure you understand that people are trying to take away people's freedom to promote themselves. They're making up random laws about life. So understand anyway, what you need to do is succeed anyway, and grow yourself regardless of what's happening. And that way you're learning very quickly upon what's going on. So as I actually do this right now, I'm much more courageous than other people because I have more knowledge than them. I have more knowledge to promote myself. And as I understand straight away that I'm learning upon my life over here, I'm making sure that if they never want me to promote Jesus Christ information on people's cars, then that's the end of the world, mate. I promise you. If they make people never want to promote themselves in terms of information, then guess what? I promise you, no matter what, then I see a better world coming for me then. I promise you, I just keep going. So what I do now is I go and succeed much more, and I go and promote myself regardless of what I'm doing. I love I. Making sure I'm more successful, so I go around these cars over here and just go quickly to promote myself. And regardless of how angry other people get about it. I never care about them. They get angry about a promotion on their car. Fuck off, mate. They're saying, they're watching plenty of promotions on TV today. For fuck's sake. Now, what I do now is I have some business cards over here. So making sure I promote these business cards in my pocket over here. And I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do to succeed. So, as I understand that I have business card promotions here, but what's important for me is delivering content that's actually helping me succeed. So no matter what, I can see my wallets over here. I'm always double checking to see everything. So as I deliver content, I'm making sure I'm much more successful in terms of what I'm doing. So my success is happening very fast and effectively, quickly, because of quickly happening. So I'm focusing on helping myself to deliver something that's actually greater quality for me. So no matter what I do every single day, if other people really want to cause you violence because you promote your business card, for fuck's sake, just help yourself succeed, and that's it. So help yourself to defend yourself in a way that you just learn very quickly to just do you and defend yourself. I mean, you have every kind of ability to defend yourself. I mean, in a sense. So make sure you understand that Jesus Christ defending himself with God and information. I mean, in a sense. And I promise you, it's the way it is. I promise you, it's the way it is. I mean, in a sense. So, I mean, defend yourself too with Jesus Christ information. And that's all you have to do. So, making sure you understand that Jesus Christ allows them to be violent with him. I mean, in a sense. So, the whole point is understanding that if you want to be focusing on yourself and you want to succeed quickly, and you want to make sure that you're somebody who has much more success than yesterday, and you're focusing on making sure that every single day you're learning something about life. I mean, in a sense, but other people look at you in this way that they are curious about you, but never really curious about you, because they're looking to see you, and yes, they're showing curiousness to see you, because that's the easiest thing in the world, to see somebody. But to ask you in words, I promise you, some people ask you in words and some people never ask you, but it's more likely how they never do ask you, because they have no communicational skills to ask you. Whereas now, as I focus upon understanding that my life is nice and beautiful for myself all the time, making sure I'm doing the nice and beautiful promotional act all the time for myself to succeed, and every single day I'm focusing on a greater life for myself. So making sure I always have that beautiful promotion daily. So what I do is always look for that nice and beautiful way of courage for myself to succeed differently. And as I succeed differently, I'm looking to see exactly what's going on always, because I'm learning to see how I reject other people like that, and I reject different people all the time, because they never deserve to see my promotion if they never ask for it. And that's it. I promise you I'm high value, and then I promise you guess what happens. I promise you they never end up asking you either. I love it. I promise you they just look at you and they love the rejection. I promise you that's it. I promise you it's more how I understand straight away how I do better anyway. So as I do life, I make sure I'm very much more alive about everything, but they may get out of the car to see exactly what you did promote. Promotion, and then they may see you online and see what you're doing anyway. So as you promote yourself, you succeed quickly and just enjoy yourself in your life. I mean, that's all you can do, and you're learning very quickly upon what's going on in daily life. But if you're promoting yourself and you're loving your life, and you're making sure that you have all the nice and beautiful empathy of life to go and dwell upon making events for yourself, that's all you have to do, yeah? I mean, make events around yourself, and that's it. I mean, promote your whole event. I mean, make sure you're very successful every single day to communicate that, and you're making sure always you have more than enough success daily to do what you need to do to succeed, yeah? So that's all I do. I make sure I'm very quick to the notion over here to go and target my next areas, which is Fairfield and Cabramatta, and I'm making sure anyway that I have more enough money and time to do this. So I'm making sure anyway that I have to go and promote more. I have to go and promote more of my business cards everywhere. But it's just the kind of way it is, yeah? I mean, you can see how I'm doing it, so focus on making sure you understand that it's just the way it is. So you have to hustle like this. I mean, you have to hustle to promote your events so you can make money. I mean, every single time I promote my events, I make sure I'm very quick to the notion of what I'm doing every single day. So I'm learning how to just spark in nice and beautiful ways of life over here to go and deliver something that's actually helping me move forward. So as I move forward, I'm learning how to actually see people and how they actually are toward me. And if they never ask me for anything, I love it. Make sure to always look how I'm, in terms of how I'm stepping on the roads, so I never sprain my ankle. So if you're stepping over a curb or something, just be able to see how you're stepping on the road always. Or if you're stepping on some kind of road, then be able to understand how you're looking to see always how you step on the roads, so you can go and dwell upon something that's helping you move forward, yeah? Because what you want to do in that life is understand straight away to promote yourself as much as you can in that life, because that's a procedure. I mean, the procedure of life is looking at yourself in the mirror and saying you are successful every single day is what you need to do. So as I go and really develop myself, I realize I'm doing this for myself to grow. I mean, I have to grow. I have to make sure no matter what, I'm doing it so that I can give you as much information as possible for free. I mean, in a sense, so when I go around the world making money, then I give you all the information for free. I mean, do you love that? I mean, of course you do. I give you my whole life for free. I mean, but then I make money as well. I make events, I promote my events, and I say, hey, I gave money for this event, I deserve to make money on the event too. And that's how you make money very quickly. And you make money quickly by making sure that you have more than enough success every single day to go and do what you want to do every single day to succeed. Because that's what you have to do, and you have to understand to see different results all the time, and just go and promote as many business cards as you can, and that way you're learning. I'm giving right now 10 cents per click in 2021 because at Officeworks it's 10 cents per photograph, and on the photograph I place my business card. I make photographs my business card, and on the photographs I place all my images, and I go promoting myself in my nice and beautiful image on cars daily to succeed. And I'm showing people exactly what I'm doing to succeed, but they are somebody who are trying to become more inspirational, just like Danny Milivojevic, to be able to promote themselves. So no matter what I do daily, is I'm learning very quickly upon how I persuade myself to grow. And I persuade myself through different ways of life to make sure I'm learning very quickly upon my reactions every single day. So I'm understanding every single day I'm always gaining more communicational skills from people that they're saying I'm successful. I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very nice and beautifully upon everything, but I'm understanding that I just learn very quickly upon what's happening. So what I need to do over here is I focus upon understanding that it's just that kind of way, yeah? I mean, they can see the price and they can see what it is. Anyway, so what I do is understand Jesus Christ says over here that you can put entry or something like that, but it's more the same thing, yeah? It's more Jesus Christ says just let it be that way. They can tell, they can see what price 200 is. It's more how I feel. I say the entry, or anyway, it's more how I say price is $200 per ticket. I mean, I can say per ticket, whereas now it's much better to understand that Jesus Christ says to let it be price, because that way people still understand the picture of $200, because they see price is $200. And anyway, they see straight away what kind of event it is, and they see where it is, and I'm promoting every single day of my life, because what I do on a daily basis is I focus on making sure I'm very happy, and I'm happier than ever before, but I'm making sure I be careful about cars over here. So what I want to do is focus upon helping myself to succeed differently, to make sure I have more than enough success every single day to love my life. And I'll make sure you understand that as soon as you get a car, then it scratches and it gets all rusty, and you never need cars, but you need Uber cars. I mean, you need taxis. I mean, you need Didi service. You need Uber drivers and Uber service, because those cars are much greater to drive you around in brand new cars, and it can be whatever kind of car, but you never own the car. I see other people have a car and they have some shitbox car. I'd rather just go for Uber than have a shitbox car. I mean, that's now. It's much greater that you understand straight away how to promote yourself. So as I promote myself now, I just go to the middle lane over here. I'll go on the left side over here. I make sure no matter what I can go on the left side over here. Make sure that no matter what I'm close always to what I need to do. So I'm making sure, yes, I have to go on that side, but I'm making sure that no matter what, I never want to lie to myself. I'm making sure that I could have went over there to promote myself. I'm making sure I'm just looking at my timing decisions over here, but I'm making sure I'm making better decisions regardless. So by the time I do anything now to succeed, I never want to lie to myself, but over there was closer for me to go, but I went that longer way. Brush your though, make sure you understand that you go the closer way always to promote yourself as much as you can, and make sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly, that you're doing something to help yourself. And as you help yourself, you're learning how to succeed, and you're learning how to actually advertise yourself always. So I'm giving people free information online, and I'm giving them all this information online for free, and then I'm charging them to see me in real life, and that's it. I'm giving them already free information for life. I understand? So that way I'm building trust with the customer all the way through, because I'm giving them free information for life, and they can follow me for life for free. But to see me live is something different, and to see me live is $200 per ticket. And now that's the thing, that's how you make a business. You make a business through doing free information and then making live events around that information by giving your own money to make those events come true for yourself. And then you're making sure you're making more money by having a Netflix machine and a business account, and also a ABN number for yourself to succeed, and that's it. Actually, then you make sure you can get yourself credit cards and personal loans, and also a business personal loan to get yourself all the money you need to get real estate as well, and then you just keep going, yeah. And that way you're much more successful when you understand the bank's information and what's going on with the banks, and making sure that you understand I have to be this smart for myself to succeed. So it makes all the difference in the world for you to understand my knowledge. I'm making sure you understand that as I promote myself now, I'm not saying that I'm very successful in what I'm doing, and that's why I'm always having to see before I step over a curb, just look at the concrete floor or pavement. Now I make sure I'm never stepping on glass, so I have to always do much greater to be quicker about my life. So as soon as I make a step forward, I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning quickly upon loving my life differently, and making sure to look at my legs and to connect my words to my legs as I'm actually promoting myself on people's cars. And I make sure I have to be even quicker to understand how to look at people's cars in terms of in their cars to see are they in the car while I'm promoting myself, so I can go and do greater for myself. I mean, in a sense, so the whole point is promote yourself and make sure that you're doing greater is the whole point, yeah. So no matter what, I'm pretty sure if somebody chucks your business card on the floor, or somebody else can pick it up, and that way you get extra promotion regardless. So just make sure you're always checking people's cars to see are they in the car while you're promoting yourself on their car, because that way you're ahead of the game. And make sure you just look always up and always be looking to promote your name always differently. But make sure you're giving people that content that you need every single day to succeed, and that way you're learning what you need to do. But I'm understanding that I have a nice and beautiful promotional tag with my mentors here, and probably they can see straight away, hey, Roshi's very successful, man. Roshi's very successful. He's very honest, and he has a YouTube account. I love it. Roshi, they can see that I'm somebody. So I'm understanding that it's more how I promote myself to millionaires and billionaires, so they can promote me eventually somewhere, and they can call me down to some event somewhere around the world, so I can do a better job for myself regardless. So I message my millionaires and billionaires and all my mentors to make sure that I have more than enough courage and everything, and respect and honor to make sure I can arrive at their business opportunities to promote myself to another 40,000 people and more at their events, so I can do something much greater is what I'm saying. So if you're focusing on making sure that you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to succeed, then make sure you understand that it's much more how I feel like a baby. And why is that? Because I understand I have music now. I have my own music that I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon what I'm doing. So as I succeed and I go around the world succeeding, I'm very quick to my toes over here to make sure I'm promoting myself quickly, and that way I'm succeeding before 30, and other people saw them succeed before 40, as Napoleon Hill says. Because of Napoleon Hill, the guy who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. So I realize he's been alive before, and I understand that no matter what, you can understand that. You just go and read his books and read his history about Napoleon Hill, who is an author of Think and Grow Rich. And then you can also check out Earl Nightingale as well, and I understand to read from him as well. And go and read the Course in Miracles as well, which is a beautiful book about God and spirituality, and you understand straight away how to feel better about yourself. But all my reading that I did start at 22 is finally measuring up 6 years later. I've been reading from my mentors for 6 years and more. I'm making sure anyway that what I do now is I congratulate myself because I'm at another level. So what I do now is I still have to go and see that much better, making sure that no matter what, I'm never cheating my life out, but making sure I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually learn myself. So actually, as I go and really study upon my life right here, making sure I'm doing whatever it takes in a way that I'm doing whatever I can to succeed. And that's a better way to say it, by making sure that no matter what, if you're doing anything to make sure that you're never losing, I mean, make sure you're always encouraging yourself to have better communicational skills daily with people in terms of words, like this audio program, but better. And go and do more words than me in life if you want to succeed. So go and speak more than me, and that way you're more successful than me, and that way you're doing a greater job for yourself. But what you need to be doing is a greater way of life for yourself to succeed. So as I actually promote myself quickly, I make sure that no matter what, I have to go and do a better job always with my business cards. So I'm always better than perfect. I'm making sure that no matter what, that if I set up my business cards one way, I should do it the first time, and I just let it be the first time always. Once I let it be on the card the first time, I then learn from it with another way of doing whatever I'm doing. That way I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. So the whole point for me to succeed is different. I have to make sure I'm learning very quickly upon my art of persuasion and what I'm doing. So as I really help myself to succeed differently, I'm making sure I have more enough time and space to be able to go and deliver something that's actually helping me move forward. So I'm learning the nice and beautiful art of being able to do whatever it takes in terms of whatever I can to succeed. So I'm learning quickly about what I need to do to make sure I have more enough empathy and persuasion for myself to make sure I'm much better all the time to succeed. But my music is going off. I'm doing a great job with my music today, and that way I'm learning every single time the nice and beautiful art of persuasion, and just make sure you're always doing better to look at the nice and beautiful individuality of the process all the way. Make sure you understand how to actually look at different angles and look at how you're moving through different cards and differently, and how you're actually persuading yourself differently to do something that's actually helping you move forward is the whole point, yeah? Make sure you understand straight away how it feels to promote yourself on people's cards. So make sure you understand that no matter what, they're looking for better ideas and better pictures, and you're making sure that no matter what, if people ask you, you're teaching them words of encouragement, you're teaching them how to really succeed differently, and you're just learning very quickly upon what you need to do to succeed, because that's what you need to do. You need to be able to promote yourself differently on everybody's car right now, because that way you're more successful, yeah? And you're just making sure that you're never blaming people for anything, but you're making sure that you're learning. You're learning how to deliver, and if people get angry at you, I promise you they can get angry at you as well, and they can get angry at you in a way that you understand straight away what you need to do. So focus on making sure that you're just somebody who understands what you need to do. So if you're focusing on a better life for yourself, then you're making sure always about promoting yourself regardless of what they want, but make sure that no matter what, that you're learning how, if they never ask you, then go somewhere else. So make sure you understand that Jesus Christ says over here, it's much better for you to go and promote yourself to those people in a way that Jesus Christ says anyway. Just make sure that Jesus Christ over here says that he goes and he just involves them anyway. And he does place actually his business card on people's dashboards, even if they're on the actual car. You understand? But Jesus Christ says it's much better for you to do that, so you can learn something for yourself and how people react to you and what's happening. And that way you understand straight away to involve people, like you're never rejecting them, but understand that no matter what, that they may reject you and they may say no. So if there's somebody who says no, you're focusing on making sure that no matter what I feel, I understand straight away how I feel when I go and promote myself now. So what I do now is I understand how afraid I get to promote myself in front of other people. So it's much more how I feel that I need to go and do a greater job anyway. I'm making sure I feel I have to go and do something to help myself succeed here. So making sure that I just go to every car now as much as I can, and I understand that Jesus Christ says over here that there's so much more going on over here. So as I actually go and deliver my nice and beautiful cards, Jesus Christ says just go on every single car and just promote yourself on those cars that have no people there. Because I can imagine Jesus Christ going to everybody and walking for the rest of his life, just giving out business cards. Understand? Imagine that, yeah? Imagine yourself going in for 20,000 kilometers walking around giving and trying to give people business cards face to face for all your life and for 50 years of your life. I mean, is it a waste of time? I'm sure you can always do better, yeah? So just go and promote yourself on people's cars anyway. Make sure that they ask you. Make sure they ask you for the business card is what I'm saying. Otherwise, I'm probably now, I have no shame about doing that, but I'm understanding that if you want to promote yourself, then I understand Jesus Christ is saying that you help them to see you promoting yourself. And if they want to ask you, then you give it to them. That's a better way, yeah? But what I do is Jesus Christ says go around cars and promote yourself around cars where there's no people there. But if the people are in the car or something, then make them want to ask you, and make them be people who understand to see you that you're promoting yourself, but make sure you never ever go to them to promote yourself with your business card, but make them try to ask you first. And if they're asking you for your information, then you deserve to give it to them. Otherwise, actually, that's much better for me. I feel much more compulsion to do this because I understand it's much better for me and how I feel in terms of life. So as I promote myself here, I'm more successful. So I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do to succeed. But that's how it is, yeah. I promise you that eventually understand that no matter what, that people get weaker physically, and I never get weaker physically. I'm making sure I'm dwelling upon a better way to always be promoting myself and my business cards on people's cars. And I invite people, I hire people daily to go and do it for me. I understand? I have all this money and I just make them walk around doing it for me. Whereas now, how do I actually do that though? I mean, how do I do that? I mean, how do I trust these people to do it for me? I mean, in a sense, so what I want to do is I make them send me images. So what I do is I understand that's the way. So what I do is I make sure I give them money. I make sure I give them 400 business cards each. I say each and every one of you have to send me 400 images of 400 different cars, so that I can see exactly what you're promoting on these cars, so I can actually count up the numbers. I mean, in a sense, so that's all I do, yeah. So no matter what, I realize that it's much more how I feel. I'm understanding that you have to have proof that they're actually promoting you on those business cards and on those cards. I mean, in a sense, no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon how to just do greater anyway. So as I do greater, I'm focusing on a better way, yeah. I'm focusing on making sure that I'm looking at people, I'm looking at the nice and beautiful life, and I'm making sure that I can see straight away how people are toward me, by making sure that today is a good day for me, and like every single other day. I'm making sure anyway that I'm never blocking people from my promotion, but they have to ask me for the information, and they have to go asking me about what I'm doing. And as I promote myself quickly, I make sure that other people have all the promotional techniques every single day to go and deliver themselves greatness as well. But since I'm very fast in the notion of what I'm doing, I'm making sure I'm very quick to just deliver that content, because that content is what you want. I mean, the actual content of life over here. So I'm focusing on making sure that as I go and grow myself differently, I'm making sure I always have more than enough success every single day to go and grow myself. But when you're growing yourself differently and you're making sure that you're somebody who understands something about life, you're making sure that you have more than enough success every single day to go and do what you want to do. But you have to go and promote yourself regardless anyway. So make sure that you're always somebody who understands people who never want to ask you about your business card and what you're doing. So they have no interest when they give you no words. I mean, when they're never giving you words today, they have no interest about you. In a sense, what you do is move away from people who never give you words. I mean, go the way of where people give you words. I mean, unfortunately, those people are much more loving towards you, because they at least send you something, and they'll send you some words of encouragement daily, and they're helping you to succeed, and they're trying to send you advice and ideas for free. I mean, they're at least sending you love. But I send so many people love like this, and they never send me love back, because they're stupid people. I mean, in a sense of what I do daily is I focus upon making sure I have more than enough success, that if you place your business card on somebody's car and they get out of the car suddenly, they just keep doing it and just move on quickly. Just move on. And if they ask you about your business card, you just say, I'm just helping you having a better life in every area of life. I'm a life coach. That's it. I promise you, move on. I promise you, every single day just look towards helping your life to succeed differently, and you're just making sure that you're walking all the distance that you can to promote your business card always, is what I'm saying. So I'm never wasting time this way, but I'm understanding I'm in real life doing it, and it's much better for me doing it this than never promoting my events. I promise you, it's much better to promote my events this way, because what else can you do, man? I mean, what else can you do other than promote yourself all day long? I mean, just go and promote yourself every single day. Give 400 business cards to people every single day of your life, and that way you're more successful when you're doing it, because that way you make money on the day. I mean, you understand? I mean, your promotions are making you money because you're charging people at the doors. So why not promote your events that you're charging people $200 per ticket, and you give you give 10,000 tickets, so you give 10,000 business cards, and that way 10,000 people are following you for life. And then make sure they understand that if you give 10,000 tickets, just 10,000 business cards to people to come to your events and also to find your social media, 10,000 people can follow you for the next 72 years and more. And also, from that 10,000, I promise you, at least 100 have to show up to your event because it's 100 capacity only, or only the first 100 people to come to your seminar. But you promote yourself to 20,000 people and you give them 20,000 business cards. I promise you, 100 people have to show up to your events. Because you have something happening for you. In a sense, so if you make a 100 capacity event where you're holding a seminar of 100 people only, and you give 20,000 business cards out for your events, I promise you 100 people have to come to your events. I promise you, I'm focusing on making sure I never hit other people's cars. I'm making sure I have more than enough success every single day to focus upon loving myself and doing something to help myself succeed. So no matter what I'm doing today, making sure that people can look at me all they want. But the thing is, every single day is I'm focusing on delivering content in ways that it's helping me grow. So what I do is I make sure I'm giving my business cards the front way up, making sure that my business cards are seen in a way that it's actually helping me grow. So as I help myself grow, guys, I'm making sure you understand straight away that I'm delivering content very quickly and effectively. So as I really grow myself, I'm learning something to do for my life in different ways. So the whole point is make sure you're honest about your promotion. If you give 10,000 promotions of yourself to people, then make sure you understand that 100 people have to show up to the event. I have to be very quick to see my nice and beautiful feet touching the floor over here before I hit the floor. So I understand that no matter what, that I never hit the floor. I'm doing greater and greater always to go and do my life greater. So as I promote myself always, I'm doing something new always to help myself succeed. So that's the whole point, yeah? The whole point is the promotion. Promote yourself differently is what I'm saying. So just go and do something that's actually helping you grow. And no matter what you're doing, that you're always boosting your reputation anyway. So I give 400 business cards today, and that way 100 of those people have to come to my events out of 400. So no matter what, I'm giving more than that. I gave already over 3,000 business cards already. In a sense, no matter what, I'm making sure I live up to the equation of a better way here. So I'm making sure that no matter what, that they have to come to my events. In a sense, so every single time I'm looking to give more than that. I'm saying every single day I gave $200 of business cards. That's over 2,000 business cards. I gave 2,000 business cards toward promotion of 2,000 people, and only 100 have to come to my event from those 2,000 people. Saying I gave $200 to promote to 2,000 people for 100 capacity events of 100 people who may come to my event from those 2,000 people I did promote myself to, and I go give another 1,000 people my business card. So I have 3,000 promotions and more for my 100 capacity room where I'm charging people to come to my events. So make sure you understand, for every 30 tickets that I give out, I promise you one has to give me $200. I promise you one of them, for every 30 people I promote to, I promise you one of them has to give me $200. In a sense, no matter what I do, I'm always learning very quickly upon what I need to do to help myself become more successful. So I'm always learning very quickly. So anything I do right now is I'm learning quickly that for every 30 business cards I give out to my event, which has my social media and also my event page, where it says all the nice and beautiful event of where the event is at and how much the price is and what time and what kind of event it is, and my social media, and they see over 800 videos of me on YouTube, and I have over 800 hours of life coaching on YouTube for free. And make sure you understand that's how I promote myself. But for every 30 business cards I give out, actually one potential customer gives me $200. In a sense, so no matter what, I understand that I do better than that. Alright, so it's more, the more business cards I give out, the more likely it is that my seminar is becoming a great success and more people fill out the room, and that's it. So I just have to go around promoting more business cards and more business cards and more business cards all the way to the event. I'm making sure anyway that I succeed all the way. I promote my business cards as much as I can. And what I do on the day is I learn how to succeed. I learn how to do greater upon what I'm doing. So the whole point for me is to just enjoy, yeah? I'm just enjoying my life always. I'm just learning to really, really dwell upon making sure I have more than enough promotion daily to succeed. So what I do every single day is I'm learning. So no matter what I do today is I'm promoting myself anyway on cars. When they're saying, hey, Roshu, dismount these people, Roshu, they're saying never promote my social media, even behind the scenes. When they're saying never promote their Mounties promotions, and they're saying for me to never promote my social media overall. I mean, in a sense, so I gave them $500 to promote myself at that event, at their nice and beautiful function. And I gave them $500 to book the room for 8 hours. And I print over already 2,000 business cards I've given. And guess what? I'm pretty sure they're saying, hey, that other people are saying that it's so inappropriate. I'm pretty sure they're saying that it's so inappropriate of me to be promoting myself like this. And guess what? I'm pretty sure anyway, they're jealous. And guess what? I'm pretty sure from this point, I have my social media anyway on my business card with a Mounties logo saying Mount Pritchard RSL Club, saying that I'm giving the address of where to find me, and it's for their event. But they're saying never promote their club address. But why are they promoting their club address on Google? I mean, why are you? I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, they're telling me to never promote my social media overall. But my social media has nothing to do with their Mounties group and their Mounties club. I mean, in a sense, so every single day I'm learning more about everything. So they're telling me overall to never promote myself. I mean, they're dreaming, yeah? I mean, move up, always. And somebody out there is going to tell you that, and they're going to say, never promote yourself, overall. I mean, that's how they are, I promise you, that's how they are. And they're stupid people, I promise you. So what you do is just move up, anyway. I mean, they can never stop my promotion. I can say Mount Pritchard Club all the way. I'll promote their club all the way. I mean, they can never stop me. I mean, they can never put me behind bars for promoting their club. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, in a sense that they do nothing about it. I mean, they may say words to you, and they may say never promote my business club or whatever. I mean, they may say never promote my capital or my club or my promotion or anything. So no matter what, I see who they're promoting anyway. I see they promote everybody else except I. They never want to promote I for free. I mean, in a sense, show me they have no leadership. I mean, in a sense, or should they say do it yourself? They say do it yourself, yeah. I mean, but they go fucking promoting alcohol everywhere, yeah. Or should they promote alcohol? Or should they want to promote alcohol, but they don't want to promote Danny Milivojevic information, huh? Or should they want to promote alcohol information, huh? Or should promote alcohol, but they're promoting alcohol in terms of the physical thing. And that's no information. Or should they promote no information? I promote information only. Bro, that's why I'm winning, yeah? I'm winning over these people because I focus on a greater way and I'm focusing on a greater direction for myself. And as I do greater and greater and greater, I'm always focusing on something that's helping me move forward. So what helps me move forward is something that I'm doing right now to help myself become successful. So every single day I'm looking to understand that no matter what, that my promotional tags are working. I can see 23 people just recently came to my Instagram page. So the more I give business cards out like this, the more successful I am. So no matter what, I've been doing all these promotions. I went to Brisbane over there. I was promoting my post over there, which they give no fucks about me in Brisbane, I promise you. And I was promoting myself to all these people in Brisbane for a good time. And they fucking never follow me, I promise you. Although they can see my name, they've seen my name, I promise you. And now they're following me, I promise you. Some people follow me, but most of them never fucking care about me in terms of to even come to my Instagram page. Or they never want to even fucking come, I promise you, they never even want to come to my Instagram page. I'm never sick, I can never get cancer or anything because my word I is everything. Whereas anyway, just be able to promote yourself as much as you can, regardless of what's going on. So if you really, really love yourself so much, I mean, you're looking to just improve yourself in what you're doing every single day. So look to improve your life upon what's happening in terms of your life, and then you're making sure that no matter what, they're learning about what's happening. And that way you're making sure that you're free. I mean, how does that song go? I mean, make sure you understand that if you want to go and do greater and greater and greater, you have to understand, you have to go all around the world. I see round the world, around the world. I see round the world, around the world. Actually, I've heard that song before. So what you do now is, that's 400 promotions right here. I'm saying that no matter what, I can go now. And that's my event pages. Unfortunately now, what I do now is I move on. I let it be now. Otherwise I hold these business cards forever. And I focus upon understanding that what I want to do is just let it be. Unfortunately now, every single day I'm understanding that what I can do now is I can grab my biological dad's car. I can go to Cabramatta. And why Cabramatta? I feel that no matter what, it's already 2 o'clock, so I want to return his car. I want to let it be, but I can go another day. I can make sure that no matter what, I'm much more successful now. But making sure I just gave over 400 business cards, guys, within 1 hour. So no matter what, as I do that, I've been doing my audio program the whole way. And I promote myself, guys. Differently. And I make sure to upload some Instagram photos now, very quickly, so I can get more results for myself, because that's the whole point, yeah? And the whole point is to get more results. So what I need to do is upload my Instagram photos now and I have to be quick about it. I have to make sure I'm learning quickly about promotion here. I'm looking for a better way. So the better way is to check my Instagram now, to just upload 1 photo or something like that. So I understand that I can be ahead of the game over here. So making sure that I have more enough time to do my life in a better way. And make sure that I'm learning how to promote myself differently. And as I promote myself differently, guys, I'm making sure that no matter what, that my event is selling out, because that way I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do to succeed. So as I grow myself over here, I'm making sure that I upload 1 photo of myself quickly over here, so I can understand straight away what I need to do. And that's how it is, yeah, rush you now. Anyway, I had to go and rush my potential here. So making sure I always have more than enough going for me every single day. So what I do now is a little bit that way. And what I do here is understand that no matter what, it's more how that's actually my post over here in terms of my actual fantasy program over here. So I make sure I go on my actual Danny Milivojevic one over here. I want to see what's happening over here in terms of my promotion over here. I'm making sure that I have more than enough to succeed with daily. I'm making sure I can promote this nice and beautiful image over here to see what's going on in my Danny Milivojevic profile here. So anyway, I promise you that's the kind of success I get right here. Make sure that no matter what, I can just see who's arriving in my nice and beautiful Instagram here. Make sure I go to my biological dad now. I feel that he wants me to promote myself, so I can get off I can actually remove my jacket now, and I make sure either way it's getting hot around here, so I have to get off all my clothes in a way that I'm learning very quickly about how to succeed. So as I learn to grow, guys, I'm learning how to give my business cards to people and how to enjoy myself along the way. So what I do daily life, make sure I go and listen to Dinotopia now as well, and I'm learning how my beautiful music is happening, making sure I'm happening in a better way. Now focusing on helping myself to succeed. So what I need to do every single day is learn how to grow myself into the best kind of individual who can actually help myself grow. So no matter what, I understand it's just I who can help myself grow. And as I help myself grow, I'm always quicker than a hiccup. And that way I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do every single day to make sure I have more than enough to persuade myself about in life, to make sure I'm successful and more than successful enough to lift my life every single day. So I see sweet Jesus, mother of Josephine, or is that how it goes? I mean, how did I say it? I mean, sweet Jesus, mother of Josephine, or something like that. I see it's Mother of Mary, man. And what is he on about? What are those people on about when they say that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I make sure to understand every single day to just go do something greater. So I'm learning how to just promote myself differently. But there's always a greater way for myself now. But I'm actually learning very quickly, guys, of what you need to do is love yourself quickly. I love I. And I'm learning how to actually become much more anyway. So as I promote myself now quickly, I understand how much promotion goes into the equation of life. I can see how much people have to promote I can see straight away how much people have to promote themselves in life, and how promotion works, and how much public speaking they have to do in life, and how much more they have to do than me in life. And there's a big amount of work to do. I mean, you must understand. So if you're honest with yourself every single day, you must understand that there's always much more work to do, guys. I mean, people never even see how much work there is to do in terms of their legacies. So I'll move on. I mean, for them to do that, whoa, I mean, for you to convince them to do that, or should they have to convince themselves to do that? I mean, that's different, yeah? Or else, although I'm different now, I never have to go to Boring car park ever again. Oh, I understand I have a car park over here, but that's a small car park over here, but it's something. Or else now I can go to Aldi over here and promote myself as well. And I'm making sure anyway I have a car parks over here, so I go to different car parks always to promote my business cards for free. And that's all from the government. I mean, the government gave me all that money, and I just go throw it back into my business, man. Approach, it's better to have $700 from the government to make my seminar for the 29th birthday, to promote 2,000 business cards, to charge people $200 at the door with the government's money of $700, than to go working for $700 to do that. I mean, I get the money for free. I just advertise myself for free. I give the time to go and do it, and that's it. I understand. But I see now much more about how I actually promote myself anyway. So as I promote myself, I'm much more quicker to the notion anyway, to make sure I'm doing a greater job for myself. So the whole point is making sure that you're learning quickly about how other people are driving around you, so you can be careful. I mean, just be careful about everything, guys. I mean, make sure that you're learning about whatever's happening. So I'm always understanding that no matter what, that if I understand anything about life, I'm always focusing on understanding that. I see, for example, with Princess Diana and her family over here, I understand that no matter what, that it's just that kind of day where I understand that if you say something where somebody may have done something to somebody, then make sure you understand that it's much more how it is, yeah? But I'm understanding that with her, they were saying about how her family may have done that to her or something like that, like I'm pretty sure it's more how I'm saying it's all about both parties over here, and both parties have some type of story around this. So I'm understanding that it's true. I understand, so no matter what, that it's both ends of why Princess Diana was in a car crash, for example, about what happens in terms of her life, because I understand that either way you must just learn to forgive anyway. So if you forgive and you move on. But I'm not saying, I'm just looking to see the information about everything. And as I really grow, you just have to study Princess Diana and everybody else in terms of life, and then you're just focusing on helping yourself to succeed in different ways. And you're making sure you can promote yourself quickly. I love that. Unfortunately, now, anyway, unfortunately, that's my event for today in terms of 2,000 business cards have gone to people today. Unfortunately, that's 1 in 20 people have to give me $200. I mean, 1 in 20 people. I mean, is there a chance that 1 in 20 people are going to give me I mean, is there a chance that 1 in 20 people are going to give me $200 for my ticket sales? Unfortunately, it's a higher chance, yeah? So if I go give another 1,000 business cards, then it's also 1 in 30. I mean, do you think 1 in 30 people? So there's a 1 in 30 people are going to give me $200 per ticket? Unfortunately, it's more likely, yeah? But how about 1 in 40 people, or 1 in 50 people, or 1 in 100 people to give me $200? I mean, is it worth it? Unfortunately, it's worth it, yeah? And also they can find my social media. So the more I promote myself anyway, the more chance I have to succeed and to be successful on a day. So I'm not saying that Jesus Christ wants me to promote at least, let's say, 3,000 business cards. And then Jesus Christ says from that point, just keep going. And then ask Jesus Christ what to do from that point. But I'll go promote another 1,000 business cards. and that way I'll have success. I realize Jesus Christ is saying, I have at the moment, I realize Jesus Christ says right now, I have over, let's say, 30 people coming to my event. I realize Jesus Christ says that it's fair. I mean, I have over 30 people coming to my event. I mean, understand? So that way I'm understanding that no matter what, I go and focus upon doing greater anyway. So I go and promote more business cards, and that way I'm learning how to persuade anybody to do whatever I need in terms of life to go and do greater. So as I do greater in life, I'm learning how to go and persuade somebody even for my birthday to help me, or actually it's more how they can, but making sure anyway I just let it be. I'll move on, I make sure I'm much more successful regardless, and making sure that I have more enough time to succeed. So I make sure that you guys understand that as my nice and beautiful content here is 1 hour already, but since I'm driving, I want to let it play out. So I want to let it play all the time in terms of my audios in the car until I stop the car, and then I upload the audio after 1 hour. So I understand usually right now I upload the audio because it's 1 hour already. So I'm understanding that since I'm driving a car, I want to make sure that you guys understand that since my audio is already 1 hour, and since I'm driving a car, that I let it pass this time, because I never want to stop the car now, because I'm almost at my biological dad's house. And that way I understand that as soon as I stop my biological dad's car, I then go and upload this audio program online, because after the 1 hour mark, I make sure to upload my audio programs as much as I can. So if you find some audio programs to be 14 or 15 minutes long, then I understand anyway that what I do with those programs is I just make sure to go and upload it online, and then you guys can read it anyway. So it's just part of the course anyway. So make sure you understand that there's nothing to worry about, but focus on yourself and how you actually deliver content. And you're making sure always that you're promoting events as much as you can all day long. And that way I'm understanding that no matter what, that it's very much a big opportunity for me to get $20,000 on this day to profits. And then I understand that's already $8,000 for myself and more. Legally, I mean legal money. I mean that's already $8,700 I can make on a day. So it's much more like that, guys. So no matter what, I realize always what I need to do. So I'm understanding that I do much greater. So I just upload this content now because I have done the arriving on my biological dad's house over here. I'm here at my biological dad's house, so I'll just upload everything online now so I can do better.